The next one is, consider the following statements about the Deccan Riots Commission report. Okay, now Deccan Riots, okay, Deccan Riots Commission report. So when we are talking about the Deccan Riots, okay, now you are very much well aware that, okay, it is a riot, all right, so it is going to be a riot. Now when we are talking that it was a riot, okay, in the Deccan region, now why was there a riot? Now in the Deccan area, at that point of time, you just think, by the time period of 1878, okay, so in the Deccan area, why would there be a riot? Because of certain issues that would have been there, only then there would be a riot. And in conclusion to that riot, the commission would have been created to give reprieve to the affected population, so that we can understand very clearly. So here what we can say is that it blamed the colonial revenue system for the uprising. It blamed the colonial revenue system for the uprising, and it collected testimonies from the riots, sahukars, and district officials. Now, whenever such statements are given, always think that, is the statement informative? Is the statement, critical of the Indian stance? If that statement is critical of the Indian stance, then that generally becomes wrong. If it is promoting the Indian stance, then it becomes generally correct. Okay, so that is what we can understand. It blamed the colonial revenue system for uprising. Obviously, yes, it would have. Why? Because by 1878, you are very much well aware that India was not naive at that point of time. There were various political associations that were already there in India. So automatically here what can we understand is that, yes, there would have been an enlightened population that would have done that revolt, and also the particular revenue settlements, it would have been criticized. It collected testimonies. Okay, only when it would collect testimonies, then only it would blame the colonial revenue system, right? So this is supplementing. Always understand this one thing. If there is a contrast in the statement, so one statement will be wrong. If it is supplementing, so if one statement is correct, the other statement would also be correct. So you need to think on that parameters also. Okay, so here we can say is that both are correct. Okay, both are correct. Now the next one, consider the following statements. Rani Lakshmi Bai, she fought in Jhansi. Kuwar Singh led a revolt in Bihar. Shah Amal was a rebel leader in Gujarat. Ahmadullah Shah led the forces in Lucknow. How many of the above are correctly matched? Okay, now what do you think is the answer for this particular question? It is associated with the revolt of 1857. Okay, so you are very much well aware that Rani Lakshmi Bai, she is going to fight from where? She is going to fight from Jhansi, and after Jhansi she is going to go to where? She is going to go to Gwalior. That is where she is going to go. Then after that, Kunwar Singh, he was a person who led a revolt from Ara. Ara, that means Bihar. Okay, Ara, that means Bihar. Now these were facts. These were the major storm centers that were there in the revolt. The major storm centers that were there in the revolt. Then there was Shah Amal. He was a rebel leader from Gujarat, and Ahmadullah Shah led the forces from Lucknow. Now these two options, they are quite a bit dicey. Why? Because when we talk about the Shah Amal, what do we understand here? That no, the Shah Amal, he is going to be a person not from the Gujarat. If you see, so what did Shah Amal do? Shah Amal, he was a person that he mobilized the villagers in order to stop the routes of the, or destroy the roots of the Britishers who went to suppress the revolt. So Shah Amal, he was not a person from Gujarat, but at that point of time he was there in the area of the Baraut area in the Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Apart from that, Ahmadullah Shah. So we know that third is incorrect. Ahmadullah Shah, okay, he is going to do it from Faizabad. Okay, he is going to do it from Faizabad. But along with Faizabad, he is also going to lead a revolt in the Lucknow area. Okay, so Ahmadullah Shah, he was associated with UP, and Lucknow is in UP. Okay, so many of the people would go with Faizabad and they would have incorrected this, but that is not there, because Faizabad and Lucknow, they were there in UP itself. So he also participated in the UP area at that point of time. So the answer here, it is going to be only 3. Why? Because the fourth one, it is not going to be there. All right. So that is going to be one another scenario. Okay, next, when you look at the next question, okay, with reference to the Azamgarh Proclamation. Now what is going to be the reference to the Azamgarh Proclamation? What do you think is going to be the answer here? Read it up, read it up and tell me what do you think is the answer here. So here, what do you think is going to be there? Okay, because here, whenever we talk about the Azamgarh Proclamation, what do we understand in the Azamgarh Proclamation that is there? So many of you might be wondering that what actually is the Azamgarh Proclamation? When was the Azamgarh Proclamation there? So that is the bigger question. So when we talk about the Azamgarh Proclamation, so when was it there? So here, if you have done the 1857 revolt in detail, you might understand that the Azamgarh Proclamation, okay, it is going to be there during the time period of the 1857 revolt. Okay, now during that revolt, okay, what if you might have just cracked this version, okay, that the Azamgarh Proclamation, it was there at that point of time in the 1857 time period, you would have been able to solve this particular question. Okay, you would have been able to solve it. Now what do we understand here actually? The first one, it is going to be that it emphasized on Hindu Muslim unity. Okay, so yes, during the revolt of 1857, obviously yes, we were majorly emphasizing on the Hindu Muslim unity that is there, and it supported Christian missionaries expansion. Would it have supported it? Would it have supported in 1857 the Christian missionaries expansion? Obviously not. One main reason for the revolt of 1857 to happen, it is going to be this itself, that is the religious incursions done by the Britishers in India. So that was one major reason, right? So that is why the second one is incorrect. Now if we eliminate the second, okay, we have three options left and we know the first one is correct. Okay, we have eliminated this, we know the first one is correct, so automatically we can say that yes, 1 and 3 are correct, because many of the aspirants wouldn't have known that what is this. Many of the aspirants wouldn't have known, okay, that what are the native officials meaning here. So they would have just been clueless. So if you eliminate two, and you know that first is correct, the only option left is A. So that is when you can say that it also promised better pay for native officials. That means whoever would be a part of the Mughal soldiers, okay, the Mughal army, they would be paid better, salaries and all. So that was there. The next one is with reference to the visual representations related to the 1857 revolt. Which of the following is correct here? Now what are we talking about? What are we talking about in this particular scenario? Think of it. Okay.